Greetings ladies and gents, welcome back to Warhammer. I'm your host Stefan, and in today's video we're going to be doing a small tiny kit review for Severina Raine from the Astra Militarum, which was a Black Library celebration kit that came out all the way in 2019 when even the logo was changed from what it is today. Now, before we get too far into the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, drop us a like, and then put your comments down below. Really helps us out. So in today's video, it's going to be fairly simple and fairly quick. We're going to look at the Severina Raine kit, build it up, and get it ready for the Krieg force that we currently have. It is a resin kit, which, as some of you may know, it's not the nicest material to be using when you have a lot of plastic, but some of these special characters do come in resin, so it is something that we'll just have to deal with. And to be honest, I might do a tutorial on how to properly, build and then prime and get this type of material ready so that you can have the best optimal way for your painting session. So do stay tuned for that video. That will come out eventually in a week or two. We'll see what the schedule is like. Now, I am technically filming this like a week or two before I'm releasing it, so it is something that the main reason I want to build this is because Krieg didn't really get a individual character that isn't part of their command squad or isn't mounted. So for example, the Cadians have the Castellan, which is a great HQ, or they have Ursula Creed, which is a named character. Unfortunately for Krieg, you only get the Lord Commissar, which is part of a squad, and you can't have him like by himself, or Lord Marshal Dreer, which he's a bit kind of hit and miss when it comes to the rules, so it might not be something that you always want to run, and you wanted someone on the ground with the troops. So this is where Severina Raine comes in. Now, I don't think she has kind of individual rules anymore. I believe those are legends, but she can definitely be put in as a normal commissar. That will probably be what she'll be run, even though they're not like the most amazing HQs, but they're very low points, so it's definitely going to look nice and thematic for the army, and I am looking forward to seeing how she paints up. Let me quickly get her out the box and I'll show you the resin that she comes in. So she comes in two little sprues, and the best part is that she does have like a nice textured base, which is nice just to be able to put her on. And then her sword kind of looks a tiny bit bendy, so we may have to warm up some water to kind of fix that edge. And then her hat is the one thing that really stands out. It's like, that's a huge, massive hat. Definitely looking forward to building her up, and then we'll see what we paint her like. Most likely, I'll probably copy what's on the box itself, but I am looking forward to it, and it will be a nice addition to my Krieg force. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go away and build this up, and then we'll show you what it looks like fully built. Most likely we won't do the painting in this video as well. Probably we'll do it as part of our Grey Tide challenge, pile of shame painting, which we have. Normally I try to do an update once per month, so whenever this video comes out, the next pile of shame video should have her in there, so stay tuned for that, and hopefully she'll be painted up nicely for that. Let me quickly go and build it. And we are back with the completed model of Severina Raine. As I said earlier, I do believe this model is from 2019, but I suspect it was probably designed in 2018 and manufactured during that time, I'm assuming, because normally these things take at least a year before they actually get onto the shelves. And well, it does show that it is that old, and the main reason is that some of the connection points, especially when it comes to this cape that kind of, well, not the cape, but like the coat that manages to swing out, the connection point isn't ideal. It is very like circular, which is one thing that I don't really like when models have soft edges in between connection points. In other words, there's some sort of ball joint or something like that. Sure, you might be able to maybe put things like maybe get some of the arms and the knees and bend them around, but when it comes to something like this where it has to be static, I much prefer some sort of square peg that fits perfectly and gets it in the correct place and shape as needed. So it does show its age when it comes to the construction of this model. It wasn't the most pleasant, but it also wasn't the most difficult. And even though, if you look at it from the side, it does feel like it's leaning forward, it's actually not. It's intended to be that way so that it creates this kind of nice aggressive pose going forward. Overall, I do like the actual look of the model itself. That hat is quite magnificent, and overall it gives a nice aggressive stance to the commissar, so it definitely is a nice inspiring pose for sure. I will most likely have to go and get some green putty or some milliput something just to put at the back there. Don't know if you can see, but right where it hits the waist there is a tiny bit of a gap, so I might get a tiny bit of milliput so that it gets rid of those little gaps. Otherwise there wasn't any other issues. The head technically has a tiny bit of gaps there at the shoulder, so I might just put a tiny bit in there. Otherwise, everything else was fairly easy enough, and I'm quite happy with how it turned out. So definitely going to look forward to getting this painted and adding it to my force. Don't forget to drop your comments down below what you think about this model. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video, it really helps us out. And until next time, take care folks.